What's up, everyone? Before we get to the video, if you're new to the channel, if you could please subscribe. It means more to me than you will ever know. I mean it 110%. And to all my subscribers, like always, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you could refer my channel to one of your friends or one of your family members, I would really appreciate it. But let's get to this video. Another true crime video. Detectives work a notorious murder case of 14-year-old. Let's get on. Let's get to it.
Vince Velasquez is a cold case detective.
This is not an area that a stranger would have just staked out to sexually assault a 14-year-old girl.
Russell Popham is his partner.
We're going to walk away today with the name of the person who did know. But it gives us a better concept of what we're dealing with.
In these woods, more than 10 years ago, 14-year-old Nicole Smith was raped and murdered.
This here would be the murder in 95.
Velasquez and Popham begin with a review of the Smith homicide.
About 8:30, she was walking to school with her sister and some friends, where Nicole forgot something and turned around. They were in a woody path. And shortly thereafter, people reported hearing gunshots. The neighborhood was canvassed. Hundreds and hundreds of homes were canvassed and people were talked to. Statements were taken, and basically this case went cold. And of course, Russell, until 2004.
June 20th of 2004, around 9:50 p.m.
Out in the woods?
13-year-old victim was walking up the street, approached by a male, pulled into a wooded lot, overgrown lot, and raped.
Detectives knew their killer was back when DNA from the 2004 rape matched to the 1995 Smith murder.
Automatically we know our guy's back. But, I guess the troubling thing is the fact that it's exactly 9 years and 13 days apart. And there's no other DNA.
He's a serial rapist.
We carry this everywhere we go.
Besides a DNA profile, cold case detectives have one other piece of compelling evidence tacked to the walls of their squad room.
This is what he looks like, right here. According to the rape victim, this is him.
Glasses.
She was raped. This is what she says he looked like, right here.
Popham and Velasquez need to find this man before he finds another child.
Yeah,
An informant named Jermaine Gray has
He's a
ID'd the man
serial
who might have information on the
rapist.
murder. His name? Steve
He's a
Reeves.
serial rapist. He needs to be
One of
caught.
the guys that Jermaine Gray said that used to hang out with him. How were you today? Back in 1995.
We're here, we're sort of a shot in the dark, so you know the Reeves that live around here, the Reeves family?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
They live right there?
Mm-hmm.
Did their house used to be pink or something?
Yes, it did.
Used
It
to,
did.
huh? I'm Captain Popham. I work with the East Point Police Department, and Detective Velasquez is right here. He works for the Atlanta Police
How are
Department.
you? Okay.
The woman says there is no Steve Reeves, but she has a son named Kenneth who might be able to help.
She was a good friend to me or whatever. I wish I could help you out, like...
You knew her?
Yeah, I knew her. Yeah, we was all in the same class and stuff.
Well, here's the thing, man. Here's where we're at with this. The guy that killed Nicole, that you remember back in the day from the crime, has now raped the girl 9 years later in East Point. Didn't kill her, though. So he's back. And you see what I'm saying? Was there anybody that kind of looked like this back when you was going to school and hanging out around there? Because this is him. According to the girl that got raped, this is the guy that killed Nicole. See what I'm saying?
If it's the same guy and they're 9 years apart, there's victims between there. Men that rape, they do it until they get caught. That's a fact. You can look it up, Google it, whatever.
Kenneth doesn't recognize.
And a lot of women, 1 in every 4 women have been raped in their life. So either he was in prison during that 9-year stretch, if it's the same guy, which they think it is, either he was in prison for those 9 years, or his victims just haven't come forward, because I think it's like 32% of rape victims don't come forward. Something like that. 32 to 36% of rape victims don't come forward. They're too scared.
The face and tells police Nicole's murder still haunts him.
This is the absent and tardy list for Thurl High School on the day Nicole Smith was killed.
On the absentee and tardy list are the names of 153 male students, each a potential suspect.
Of course, if you were in school that day, you're eliminated. You're accounted for. So these are the people that were unaccounted for. So that's a potential large number of people that we would want to look at. Stephen Burris was on the list. He attended Thurl High School. Did not attend school that day.
Who's that guy?
This is Stephen Burris.
Stephen Burris is of particular interest to
He
Velasquez
looks like
and
the
Popham
sketch.
because of his checkered past.
We're getting this criminal history faxed over here. We do know that he was arrested for statutory rape and false imprisonment.
Those charges were later dropped, but Burris is not in the clear yet.
But right now, he's wanted by Douglas County for a probation violation. You know, if they ever catch him, he'll stay in prison or stay in their jail for about a year.
A wanted man who was in the area and unaccounted for at the time Nicole was killed.
Whenever I hear about statutory rape or false imprisonment and charges are dropped or they get like probation or something, I get so pissed. That's why I do not believe in the American judicial system. That's just part of it. Guys like that, you think they're going to change? Rapists can't change. Pedophiles can't change. Serial killers can't change. The blood, the semen in these women that are raped, it's on the hands of the United States judicial system. Oh, it just pisses me off.
Case detectives are very interested.
When you look at his picture, he looks...
Yeah, it matches.
Composites.
He's got, glasses on in the photograph. Gold glasses that were described similar to the ones worn by the rapist, by the rape victim.
Yes, he looks
Velasquez
like a
and Popham feel the trail heating up. They try to contact Burris through a local number without success.
Half a mile.
I've called that number before, and a woman answers, and she'll give me the message right on the phone.
Detectives run a trace on the phone.
That's probably a good address.
Yeah.
They get back a name and an address in a neighboring county.
Could be a girlfriend, most likely.
She looks like she was born in 1980, so she's 25 years old.
2 days later, there's still no trace of Burris, and his girlfriend is giving police the runaround.
And she's supposed to be getting back with us, and here it is 48 hours later, and she still hasn't gotten back with us. So, all the cell phones.
shocking.
Your call has been forwarded to a...
She knows your number. I mean, she knows 730. That's the prefix, so she knows the number coming up.
Detectives suspect the woman is screening her calls.
I'm just blocking the number, calling her cell phone and blocking the number, if you'll pick it up this way.
The ploy works.
This is Captain Popham with East Point Police. How are you? Okay. Have you talked to Mr. Burris lately?
WGU was able to offer me a teacher scholarship, which I was very thankful
That's
for.
wonderful.
I was able to...
Yeah, great.
You have? Why don't Mr. Burris give us a call back? I mean, what's his problem? I don't want to become angry at her. I mean, that's the key at the time. That was the key to pinpoint.
At the time?
I mean, she's the only person we knew that saw him on a daily basis. But he's there right now, is what you're saying? Where are you at right now?
I mean, she's telling us he's at the house because she knows he's not there. That's why she's telling us that, because he's with her.
Yep.
I mean, but, they're running like to kill somebody.
Talking to him right now is the as far as this case goes, it's about the most important thing that we've had to do on this case in a while, just because he's avoiding us. But I mean, he's getting in relaxed, his body language is relaxed, looking at this, he's drinking his Dr. Pepper.
Just drinking his
For
Dr.
cold case
Pepper.
detectives, offering Burris a can of soda is all part of the strategy to get his DNA.
If he doesn't agree to give his DNA, that was it's called a surreptitious sample. He's going to.
Yeah.
He can't. If he wanted to take the can with him, he could. But once he leaves the can there,
It's
we'll take the
discarded.
can. Right, it's discarded. We'll take the can and send the can and have the opening of the can swab at the crime lab.
What we're looking at is we're looking at everybody that lived in the neighborhood. Let me tell you why. We feel that the guy that did this probably lived in the neighborhood. Okay, and then we're going to take it a step further, and we're looking at everybody that went to Darrell High School, right, Bunch Middle School, and we took it a step further, and we're even looking at people who didn't show up for school that day. Okay, you were on the list.
What I like to do is explain to, especially in this case, what this is about. It's a rape, it's a murder, and we have DNA. Because what that's going to do is going to tell him, once we ask what we need from him, he's either going to put up or shut up.
So what we're doing is this, so we're asking everybody that was either on that list that was absent to submit to a swab, right? So what that means is it's a Q-tip you would put in your mouth, rub your side, right? Okay, we're going to compare it to evidence found at the crime scene. Okay, basically what that means is this. If you have absolutely nothing to do with the murder of Nicole Smith, right?
I don't worry about that. I ain't got no.
Listen to what I'm saying. Or the rape of another young girl in East Point.
He said, I ain't worried, I ain't killing anybody.
In 2004,
The rape, what you mean the rape?
another young girl was raped in East Point. Same guy. The guy that killed Nicole Smith raped. He's from East Point.
Yeah, from East Point.
Yeah. That's why we're working this together.
That's, the DNA is the same. I mean, that's why we're telling you, we're up front with you. There's DNA found from when Nicole was killed.
So, but basically that's it. We want to ask you for your permission to get your DNA.
So at that point, honestly, I was a little more anxious than when I first walked in. Because I really thought at that point he was going to backpedal. Or he was going to tell us no.
No, I ain't got no reason not to. I mean, y'all been bumping me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up. I mean, I ain't took nobody. You know,
Right.
I ain't gonna rape nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no problem with that. But I just come on.
Burris consents to provide a saliva sample.
He must not know what DNA is.
Okay, and then turn it the other way. This is sticking off the table. Let it dry. Just like that. Okay. You grab this one and do the right side. Yeah.
Cold case detectives have what they came for. Almost 2 months later, DNA test results on Stephen Burris come back from the lab. Neither one is the man who raped and killed Nicole Smith. After 20 months working this cold case, detectives are back where they started, with a suspect sketch, a profile, and a hope that someone somewhere can help them find the killer.
I think, of course we want people to look at this sketch that we have here. So anybody that has any knowledge of anybody around the time that Nicole Smith was killed, that had a gap tooth, that lived
never
in-
saw-
looked even remotely similar to this, those are the people who we want to find. and
Are you kidding
contact
me?
us.
This was... So they never solved it? It's still not solved? What? Are you f***ing kidding me? I'm already having a bad day. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm having a shitty ass day. I thought they solved it and anyways, but yeah, when they don't take rape seriously, shit like this happens. Guys don't stop raping. It gets worse. They kidnap, rape, and kill. You know what they need to do? Send rapists who rape little girls to prison with the serial killers. because they hate them. They kill these rapists. Peace, everyone.